Hello, everybody. My name is Alejandro Aventaño. Sorry, I'm a little nervous. This is my fourth time doing this, and it never gets easy. But Miss Elizabeth doesn't take no. And this program is so great that even if I pass out, it's worth it for me to tell you guys what it's about. I'll offer to catch me, so please do. So my parents immigrated to the United States from Mexico. My dad was a farm worker. He worked from Sacramento to Washington State, wherever the season took him. My mom had two jobs. She worked as a house cleaning. She worked in house cleaning, and she also worked as a housekeeper for a hotel, which was also the same thing, cleaning. My parents got divorced when I was 8. I was a pretty good kid until I got to high school. Then I started hanging out with the wrong crowd. I wasn't in gangs, but I knew people who were in gangs because of where I grew up. I wasn't doing so well in school either. I wasn't only failing classes, but at times I wouldn't even go to class. I lived with my mom, my stepdad, and 4 brothers in my aunt's garage. We had a bed, a couch, and the bathroom was part of the kitchen. My mom and stepdad slept in the bed, my oldest brother slept on the couch, and the rest of us slept on the floor. But because I was the baby and the cutest, I got to sleep in the bed sometimes. I couldn't live with my dad because at the time my dad lived in his car. I met my wife Minerva when I was in 8th grade. No matter how bad I was, she saw the good in me because she stuck around until I straightened up. She was part of that straightening up, thank you. At the beginning of my senior year, we got pregnant. We had a son, and when I saw him be born, I knew what I had to do. I saw the bigger picture in my head. I wasn't doing so good in school, and we didn't have much help financially, and I felt that it's okay, I'm not gonna make it in school anyways, and I couldn't just let us fail as parents. So I quit school and I started working. I started working at Stanford Diner here at Stanford University. I started first as a dishwasher, then as a pot washer. I did a little bit of cashiering, and I ended with prepping. When I saw the students, I can remember thinking how cool it would be to just live at school and your only worry would be to study. To this day, I think about it a little bit, but not much, because I knew that that was never an option for me. As my son gets older, I always tell him, Eli, do good in school. Eli, pay attention. Eli, relax. But then some days I think about how one day he's gonna ask me if I continue to push him to do school. What did you do? I'll be able to say I worked hard to put food on the table, but what does that prove? I also want my son to live in a house instead of a room, which is where we live now. I've never had my own room. I want him to have his. I realized that the only way I can give my son what I never had is to go to school and get an education. So I went back to school. I went to adult school here in Rose City, made up the classes I missed, and I received my high school diploma. I went to the school in the evenings, 4 days a week, and did assignments on the weekends to not miss work. I walked the stage at Sequoia High School at the age of 23. Even though I was an adult, I felt Even though I was an adult, I felt very proud because I proved to myself and to my family that I could do what I said I was going to do. When I walked the stage, they announced my name and they asked me beforehand what my plan was, and I told them, I'm going to go to CSI, I'm going to become a police officer. But I had no idea how I was going to do that. I graduated, received my high school diploma. Then I spoke to a counselor at adult school named Liliana, and she told me about SAS and invited me to a meeting. There I met Elizabeth and Tiana, and I found out that college was an option for me. I remember that night I went home and I told my wife I was gonna go to college. I said, hey babe, I'm gonna go to college. I remember her telling me, what do you mean? How are you gonna pay for that? I don't think she believed me. But I filled out the application and I started college that fall. There's no way I could have afforded college without SAS. Even, me and my wife, we work very hard for what we have. And I thank her every day for pushing me and also pushing herself. After car payments, insurance, rent, Eli schooling. There's barely anything left. To be honest, I couldn't even afford a $30 parking pass for the school. But thanks to SAS, Elizabeth, and everybody a part of it, and all you guys here, it's been a possibility. So I thank you very much for that. And I even got a tutor who's here today, Miss Susan. Stand up, Miss Susan. Thank you, Miss Susan, for always believing in me. For you guys that don't know, this is my second home, her kitchen. It's very nice, thank you. I have spent pretty much every Friday, sometimes Saturday mornings, early mornings, and we sit down for 4 hours or more. She gives me a place to study. She helps me focus. She believes in me. Every time that I get overwhelmed and I say I can't, she says you better. So thank you so much. I know that being a police officer is the right career for me. I've always liked to help people. I like making people feel safe. I really dislike bullies. I know that people don't know that they want help until they get it. And when I become an officer, I'll be able to give people help that they don't know they want, but they're gonna get it. If my plan works out, I'll get my AA degree in summer of 2019, and then I'll join the police academy and become an officer. Thank you all so much for coming out and hearing our stories. It's you guys that make it possible for young ladies like her, for men like me, for people who want it but can't get it without you guys. So thank you so much.